Your attention, we're going to get started. Thank you everyone for joining us today. My name is Anthony Antonasio. I'm the Assistant Commissioner for Government and Community Relations at the Department of Transportation. I'll be serving as MC during the event to celebrate this major milestone in the Route 52 Causeway project. Please allow me to introduce our boss, the Commissioner of the Department of Transportation, Jim Simpson, for a few remarks. Commissioner Simpson.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. On behalf of Governor Christie, it's really an honor and pleasure to be here. And I want to thank also Congressman Lobiondo for all of his hard work. I'd like to also mention Ernie Blaze, who's the Division Administrator at the Federal Highway Administration, our partners at the United States Department of Transportation, and Freeholder Director Gerald Thornton. Thank you all for your work. Also, the Somers Point Mayor, Jack Glasser, Ocean City Mayor, Jay Gillian, and all the business owners representing these great shore towns and other state and federal officials. This bridge behind me that you see here is replacing an 80-year-old bridge that was functionally obsolescent but safe. It was a lift bridge, and all of you know it. You're from the community. You had 2 lanes in each direction, no place for anybody to walk. And that bridge was built in 1930 when I think 10 people lived over in Ocean City, and you know what's happened with the hundreds of thousands of people that come down here, particularly in the summertime. Traffic jams, congestion. It takes you an hour to get onto the island and maybe an hour to get off. And Somers Point and Ocean City are disconnected from each other unless you've got an automobile. So once you're here, who wants to run to the liquor store or to town and buy some groceries or things? You're sort of stuck on the island. And then here we are in the southern part of the state, Cape May, the flattest topography of the state of New Jersey, which should be the biking capital of the world, not just New Jersey. And you can't get across. Once you're on that island, you're stuck. And as beautiful as it is, you get cabin fever. So take a look now what we've built. We've built 4 bridges, not 2. 2 large bridges, a highway, 2 smaller bridges, bike lanes, fishing piers, a 2-story tourist facility. This is more than complete streets. This is like so much about quality of life and about really appreciating and enjoying the place. And let's face it, everybody wants to walk. Everybody wants to bike. Some people want to take their kids in strollers. Some people want to take their grandkids. Some people just want to get on or off the island without having to deal with traffic. And in a community like this, a bike is the best way to do it. So this $400 million bridge that you see behind me is the most expensive bridge that the state has built. Think about this, $400 million, almost $500 million just to go 2.2 miles. So for all of you who maybe did not major in mathematics, divide $400 million by, let's say, 2. That's $200 million a mile. No, that's pretty expensive in New Jersey even. So I think you get the point. The other thing that's important to mention, it's not just here. And by the way, the most important thing is that this project was not supposed to be finished in time for Memorial Day. And it's done. So it's one less year without all of that aggravating traffic and congestion. And I'll tell you who's responsible for that. It's a lot of young gentlemen over here who actually built the bridge, but it's all the elected officials between particularly Somers Point and Ocean City, the congressmen, all the other folks that I've mentioned, and the business community, the chambers of commerce. We all worked in a partnership. I know that I had a couple more hairs on my head before I got this job 1 hour after Christie was elected. The first thing that happened was Van Drew and the mayors and everybody came up. I think there was 100 people in my office begging, pleading, and threatening to me if I didn't get this project finished that we'd be in big trouble. So it's finished, and I have some other folks that I want to thank. But you know what's really important? The good news is we don't have a lot of speakers, because I know you don't like to hear all these long speeches. But think about this. I'd like Rick Hammer, who's the Assistant Commissioner of Construction for the state of New Jersey, to please come up over here. Followed by Dave Lambert, look how young Dave Lambert is. He's a state bridge engineer. Dave, come on up here. Frank Inverso, the project manager who put up with everybody. Kieran Patel, who's the Director of Construction, who keeps everybody. Kieran is the most hated guy in the state with all the construction companies because he won't give them $1 of the taxpayers' money unless they deserve it. And Rick Crum, our Director of Project Management. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before you applause, normally this is not done, but let me tell you something. I can stand up here, the governor could stand up here, We can't get that stuff done. It's these gentlemen who are dedicated public servants who could be making 4 times as much in the private industry, because if you build a bridge like this and some of the bridges we build in the north, you can build the world. But they do this because there's something about public service that people love. And for all of you elected officials, you know that. For all of you folks who work in the public sector, you know that there's something about doing public sector work that's so enriching, it's bigger than a paycheck. So on behalf of the governor of the state of New Jersey, the almost 9 million people in the the 9 million people in the state, and everybody in these communities, we thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, thank you, thank you.